God is dead, and that luxurious mustache. Nietzsche rode the line between emo and hipster better than any other 19th century German philosopher, and he was famous for not being all sunshine and rainbows in his thinking. In his 1886 work Beyond Good and Evil, Nietzsche presents a couple of philosophies that Jigsaw would likely retweet on Twitter. Nietzsche claimed that society evaluates actions based on intention rather than consequence. And he's right about that because society's laws are generally based on intention. Let's say that there's a burglar roaming around your neighborhood. So to protect yourself and your neighbors, you drop an anvil on its head Wile E. Coyote style. The law would say that your intention was to harm someone, and therefore your anvil drop was immoral, and more importantly to you, a ruling of murder. Nietzsche would look at your action and say that because its consequence was good, i.e. people not being robbed of their jewelry and electronics and Pokemon cards, then the action would be a moral one. In other words, Nietzsche believed that the ends justify the means, and that an action with positive consequences is moral regardless of its motivation or execution. Nietzsche is saying that the results are what really matter in determining the right thing to do. Someone who sees the same burglar and calls the police or warns the neighborhood might have a purer intention than the anvil dropper, but those shouldn't be considered because their consequences are less effective. The police might not arrive, or they might let the burglar go and commit future burglaries. Warned neighbors might still get robbed, but if you smush that burglar on the sidewalk like a pancake, you can be sure that he's committed his last burglary, and therefore Nietzsche would consider it the most moral of the choices, because its consequence, no more burglaries, was the most certain. And then he'd lean back in his chair and comb that epic 19th century mustache of his. Jigsaw presumably agrees, given that he considers himself morally righteous in playing these games. He figures that if some people can be saved or improved as a result of the torture, then the torture was the right thing. Even more importantly, Nietzsche believed that progress was the result of suffering. Specifically, he wrote this, quote, "The